Okay. So it is Valentine's Day 2022, and we are thinking about, what are we thinking about? We're thinking about the Rams victory, first of all. God, I called it. No, I didn't. But I liked the results. I couldn't believe, first of all, I tried to watch NFL highlights for pretty much after Thanksgiving. So I knew some stuff coming up to the postseason, and of course I watched the whole postseason. But I've liked the Chiefs going back several years, primarily because of the fans. It was like one day I turned on the TV, it's the NFL, and I'm like, who are these guys in red? Because I tell you, people talk a lot about the demasculinization of America, and when it comes to buying red clothing, absolutely positively that's true. Red is my favorite color as a kid. My favorite color now is blue, all right, just because I'm a lot more mellow than I used to be. But as a kid, I love red. I was red, and speed was my superpower. So I like to be fast, and I like to be red and bold and bright. That's the kind of Gemini kid I was. But now it's like I had to work hard to go find like red towels. They got burgundy, they got peach, they got all these, strawberry fields. I'm like, just give me a bold cherry red, fire engine red towels. And you can't get bright red anything. It's just like suddenly, we have to all wear pastels or something like that. Well, what's up with that? So I finally found some at Target, and I compromised a little bit because some of them are a little darker red, a little burgundy and everything like this. But anyway, I'm watching TV, and the Chiefs are just that red, that bold, brassy, red. So I was like, I like this. If I was going to buy me a $120 shirt with a sports team on it, it would be this red. And I just love the tomahawk and just the crowd, just a sea of red. And I was just like, that town has got some spirit, and I loved it. And they came out, they kicked butt for about like 3 or 4 games in that season. Just the early of the season, they were right up front. And I was like, yeah, all right, this is going to be my new team. Because I can't tell you how sick and tired I heard about hearing the Seahawks and what Denver, when Denver was on top of the game. God, just obnoxious fans, obnoxious. And don't get me started about the Pats. There's really nothing to say about the Pats. It's just like, I understand when you live in Boston, you have this like thread of desperation that goes through your life, and you have to cheer for the Red Sox, and you have to cheer for the Patriots. And it's just, it's like the Somerville Blues. You just live on the wrong side of the tracks, and you got that whole, Goodwill Hunting. I'm such a down out, Bostonian. I gotta, it's just sad because there's nothing to do there but eat and talk about your neighbors. But that's Boston. There's good things about Boston too, but the sad things about, you have to cheer for the sports, and y'all got no choice. But I like the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs going back 5 years or whenever it was, when they just started turning their thing around. And Mahomes, starting 3 years ago, I noticed him. And really, I'm not a big football fan. I'm not at all. I don't own one jersey, and I haven't been to a game since. I haven't been to a football game, a pro football game. High school, yeah, I go because my kids go, but I haven't been to a pro football game since the Buccaneers were new. And they did. I went to see the Buccaneers preseason exhibition game against the Rams in the Coliseum when Georgia Frontier was the owner of the Rams. That's how long ago it has been since I've been to a pro football game or even cared. And Boston is sad, but even Cleveland is more sad, where I had to deal with people in the elevator saying, I wonder if you're a Pittsburgh fan. I'm like, please. But I respect that America. I really do. But it ain't my speed. I watch the playoffs, and that's it. Because that's when the best of the best is supposed to come out. And, this year's playoffs were amazing. This is some of the best football I've ever seen. And Mahomes has done some things that I haven't seen since Rice in Montana, since Roger Staubach. Just taking quarterbacking to a new level, just stuff you just can't believe. And it was weird because they showed, as they pan around the stadium, the new SoFi Stadium, Emmitt Smith. And I was like, they need to get Emmitt Smith some cleats on, because the Rams running game is pathetic. They were 1 yard per carry, if that. It was just so sad. And Stafford just was not on his throwing game, and that's why they got held back. And I was expecting maybe the Rams defense would do some more interceptions, but that didn't happen either. And so the game was completely and totally unpredictable. It was like nothing in the playoffs even prepared me for what happened between the Rams and the Bengals. But I really enjoyed it. I really liked it, and it was a great game to watch. Frustrating as hell when you looking at those running plays, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? They just couldn't. I was like, for a little bit, like at the beginning of the first quarter, I'm like, this is almost high school football. These guys, but I saw they were really getting hit, and what I noticed this time, which I haven't seen so much, is like this dude, Donald, I think his name was, the defensive player that got in there. He's doing stuff with his arms. He's just wrangling people in like, just yanking them. And I noticed that. They were good to highlight what he's doing to make sure that once he's tackled somebody, they don't get an inch. But he was amazing when he's just wrenching people out of their trajectories. And the Bengals were good at doing two hits. Like they would almost always have two guys get through the line and deflect runners one way, slow them down, and the other one would drag them down to the dirt. So that was impressive defense from both teams. But I didn't want to see a defensive battle. I wanted to see some long marches down the field, like finally Stafford did, and when it mattered the most. And poor homeboy Odell, he had his injury and he was just all crying and weepy. But what really got me started recording this video is the halftime show. And there's a couple things I think about it. Number one, it was totally and perfectly appropriate for football. And my son-in-law, I'm gonna start calling him that, make him get serious. But he's already serious, and they're happy. I love them both. But he was like, this is the first all hip-hop show in the history of the NFL? And I'm like, okay, here we go. Some more woke history. But whether it was or was not, it was a very, very good show. And it was appropriate because it was a Dr. Dre show, and Dr. Dre is the man singly responsible for getting hip-hop into Hollywood. And he changed the face of the game, and as a producer, he's up there. He's up there with the greats. Let's not cut corners, or let's not be shy about the fact that hip hop, for the most part, is folk street music. It's like, you and I both know, because we've been in the subways of New York watching brothers bang on paint cans, that the polyrhythm in hip hop is weak. It's 16 beat, it's substandard, it's 808 drum machine crap. And it's unusual that you can do something unusual with that. And it's kind of funny watching Dre get up there and hit the piano keys, and Snoop with his multicolored sleeper. I'm like, so the thing that strikes me, because today I got 3 Monk CDs, and Monk is one of my favorite composers of jazz of all time, and I'm just thinking a couple things. One is 50 Cent was in there, and there's a story in my repertoire about 50 Cent, which is 50 Cent gets $17 respect from 1 million people. So 1 million people buy 50 Cent CD, and then he comes back with the next CD and nobody likes it. But his point is to get rich or die trying. The question is, if you only get $17 of respect from 1 million people, that's very different. That's a very different thing from getting $1 million of respect from 17 people. And $1 million of respect from 17 people is what you get on the football field, because, well, it's not 17 players, but first string and second string is probably about 17 that actually get time in the game, and that's an important thing. And that's the hookup where it's responsible, and you get out there on the trophy stand and say, I'm just amazed and being proud of being a part of this group. But 50 Cent ain't gonna say that, and Dr. Dre's not gonna say that, because their job is, as pop superstars, to get $17 worth of one CD's worth of respect for people, every year, for a moment, and then they'll play your song over and over and over to death. But the show was dope, and I only had one problem with it, besides the fact that it took me a minute to fix the volume so it could be bumping on my subwoofer that I got hooked up to the TV. The problem was those sets, whatever they were, and those hundreds of dancers, whoever they were, did not get enough airtime. And I who wants to look at 50 Cent's BMI 45? He ain't. All right, maybe he hung upside down. Well, that was cool. That was a cool entrance. And I didn't know. I don't know Kendrick Lamar from Adam, quite frankly. And I paid attention to him 2 years ago, maybe, because everybody was saying, "Oh, he's the second coming," and he was doing something sitting on top of a telephone pole or something in his video. I don't know, but that was cool what he did with his dancers, and his dancers got the airtime they deserved, doing a little fraternity stepping and the gold hairdo. That's good. I like to see that. I would like to see more people get the Dennis Rodman dye job like these guys did, and do their little hotep steps. That was cool. I liked it. I didn't understand a word he was saying. That wasn't the point. It's just rhythm. He's a mouth. He ain't singing. He's just another beat to counterpoint with the regular beats of his drum beat. But see, imagine that was Missy Elliott up there. Then we would have seen the dancers do some stuff. So I don't know if hip hop is not doing the dancing stuff anymore, or but the idea of all these little house parties, multiple houses going around and doing that stuff, I think they should have got the cameras a little bit closer with that, or done some split screen or something. Because I just don't think, I think the dancing that I saw was good. 50 Cent's dancers was hoochie mamas. You gotta have hoochie mamas somewhere, or it ain't real hip hop, right? But I was disappointed with the amount of airtime that these hip hop dancers got. Granted, Snoop is a superstar, Eminem is a superstar, Dre's a superstar. Mary J. Blige is a superstar, but Mary J. Blige had the dancers right up there with her. So they shared the spotlight, and that was good. I like that. But all the guys down on the field, they got shortchanged. So maybe they didn't want to see a left shark. That's probably what the deal was. It's just like, oh, somebody's gonna mess up and do a left shark on us, and we're not gonna be the stars anymore. So that's probably what they did. That's probably what they did. But anyway, I didn't like I think Colin Carhart or somebody I was just watching on the AM radio station just said, I didn't know Mary J. Blige's second song. And it was funny because I had this little spat with my daughter, and she was like, oh, who's that? Because Mary J. Blige did the mammogram commercial, right? And I didn't recognize her. She didn't look like anybody I knew. But I was never a huge Mary J. Blige fan, although I acknowledge that she kind of stands in line with Tina Turner as a torch song singer. Just can belt out those blues and belt out those notes. But me, I'm more of Anita Baker, so that's just me. And isn't that an interesting turn? But I'm not going to go there in this little missive. I just want to say some Super Bowl things and a little football thing and a little hip hop thing, because pop culture can be very interesting at times. And that's what I got to say. Go Rams. I'm happy. I'm proud. They got the new stadium, the new team colors, the new logos, new coaches, new players, and they did LA right. They did LA right. Although the NBC folks did a hell of a lot of network commercials, which was sorry. And of course, the best commercial had to be the little electronic dog for the Kia electric car. And the Zeus commercial was pretty good too, but Silverado is ugly. I'm sorry. I've seen the Silverado and I don't like it. And it looks like a half-ass Avalanche, but the F-150 electric F-150 looks better. I just got to tell you that. And it looks a little bit better than the Rivian. The Cybertruck, please. That's a joke. But I will say, yeah. But I didn't see any GoDaddy. I don't remember one Doritos commercial. There's a whole bunch of folks trying to do stuff, but still the best commercial was the Coinbase commercial. That was it. That was the best commercial of all, and good job, Coinbase. Even though you suckers, well, I can't blame Coinbase for the price of Bitcoin, can I? Anyway, that's all. This is Michael B. Tales from the Yellow Truck, pulling in to my driveway, about to shower up and shampoo and shave and shine for my sweetheart. We'll take her to Il Fornaio for some serious Italian food. Peace out.